Why did you click this video? Why? What about joy speaks to you right now of all the other topics on YouTube about how you could be making more money, having better relationships with people, being more successful, entertainment topics? Why did you click this video? I think, oh gosh, once you really wake up to the value of joy, not just in the value of your own experience as a human. And we're not even talking about any material things in this video, okay? There's nothing about status or appearance or none of that. But if you just want the joy in your experience of being human, that's already so much. That's already so priceless and valuable. But beyond that, to also see joy as the ultimate antidote and buffer against all the suffering and grief that we as humans, none of us are immune to in this lifetime. Joy is immensely powerful. And I think that part of you knew that intuitively. All of us know this intuitively. True joy as being something that money cannot buy. And I think that's why you clicked this video. So to see if I'm correct in my assumption, let's break it down. Let's talk about joy. We need to set the stage of the value of joy because again, joy, like why did you click on this video? You could have watched a video about how to improve your material life in some tangible way, right? But instead, you chose joy. For some miracle of a reason, you chose to prioritize your own joy. And why? Why? Because there's value in joy. And that's what we're going to talk about in this first part of the video. And this is the most important part. So even if you don't watch through to the end of this video, if you just watch this part, this is the message I really want you to hear and internalize from today till forever, okay? Don't ever forget this video right here. I am gonna front load you this information, so don't click off, keep watching. I just took a sabbatical from social media because there was so much content from everyone under the sun who wanted to talk about joy in a productized way of being to attract the right lifestyle, to attract the right partner, to attract wealth, to become our dream person. But none of that, okay, even your dream identity, that's great. That's an ideal. That's great to have aspirations, but truly our joy has nothing to do with any of those things. It literally has nothing to do with joy. To truly see the value, the raw value of our own joy, there's an important prerequisite, and that is that we need to detach joy from being a product for others. The further that content like this is being propagated, the further we step away from our real understanding and experience of joy. And that's why I'm making this video, because it's so freaking transformational and I'm just passionate about it. Okay, selfishly, I'm just passionate about it and I want to talk to you about it and I want you to experience more joy. In this world, so many things are productized, but your joy is not a product for others. And if you can completely remove the commoditization of your joy, then you can begin to really tap into the value and the raw sensation of your own joy. It's simple, but it does take some awareness and practice to get to this space. And that's why I feel like this topic is so important. And I really hope that when you're watching this, something in you clicks and that you can resonate in some way with what I'm trying to communicate in this video about joy. I had to take drastic measures, years of isolation, taking a sabbatical from social media, doing a lot of work with different coaches and mentors and therapists, all of that. Like basically I had to create these very uncanny circumstances. And I feel like I learned a lot and I experienced and integrated a lot. And in doing so, I realized how freaking important joy is and how everyone and everything in the society tries to commoditize who we are. They try to commoditize our joy, take away our purest happiness, and then sell it back to us in ways that we are not enough. Again, your joy is not a product for others. There's so many convoluted expressions of what it means to have joy, but it's actually just your present moment experience of joy right now, right now. Narrow it down again, right now, right now. Keep bringing it back to right now. Right now doesn't have to do with the other people in your life. Okay, if you're like having a good time with someone in your life, then yes, that's right now. Keep coming back to right now. Keep coming back to right now. Simplify it. No other concepts of our mind and ego need to influence our experience of pure, raw joy. Joy is for the very present moment experience. Did I say that joy is important? Yes. Did I say that it is the easiest thing to achieve? No. Is your joy so worthy of being prioritized in the truest sense? Yes. Is it the easiest stroll in the park? No. Is it as easy as ordering your favorite food on Postmates or going on an online shopping haul or going to a concert? No. It's not as easy as some of those things, especially if you haven't been practicing it enough. But again, it's worthy. And if you're still watching in this video, thank you, because here's another important, profound truth about joy. Regardless of my material conditions, my levels of joy have fluctuated greatly, and it had nothing really to do with money. So can money potentially help you? Yes, perhaps money can help with a lot of things, but can money buy you joy? No, absolutely not. And that's why it's so worthy, because sometimes it feels like we live in a world that runs on money. And so we justify letting go of all the simple, happy things in life for the pursuit of money. I understand that, but now you can wake up to the worth of your own joy, because it's something that money can't buy. And it's something that nobody can take away from you. If you can experience it in one moment in the purest way, then you can begin to awaken to experiencing it forever, eternally. I'm going to explain this more in the rest of the video, because I know you might be like, Allie, what are you talking about? Please ground yourself. Please make it more concrete. Okay, so the present moment experience of joy. What does that mean? Why does it sound so simple yet so elusive? In the moment when you're feeling joy, let's say right now you're 100% joy. The reason that present state is so important is because in that moment of feeling 100% joy, this is the closest to your true awareness and your consciousness of being alive and your reverence for the miracle of being alive that you will ever feel. Just in that present moment. And money cannot buy you that. Joy as product being sold to you cannot buy you that. It is the presentness of that now. Bring 100% of your joy. And in that moment, that is when you are purely tapped into the infinite creativity and love that this world has. And sorry if that is triggering for some people. I get it. It might have triggered me at one point too. Again, I've been on this tedious journey, really. But in that moment, when you're so conscious of the miracle of being alive, because let me remind you, it's a miracle. I know it's hard sometimes. I know it feels like a grind, but your breath right now, the life in your hands, all of that is a miracle. And joy, the present 100% experience of your joy, is your most visceral reminder of the miracle that is you. How worthy is that? How awesome is that? All it took was you being present with your joy 100%, 100%, again and again, 100%. It's a miracle that we're alive. Like you, And I mean, sorry, my earring came off. My earring really resonated with that, I guess. But yeah, I mean, just like think about it in movies and stuff, right? In some movies, you might see that when the hero gets on a plane accident and survives, they're like kissing the floor. Like, do you see that surge of joy? And we can all relate to it, right? Why? Because that is the miracle of being alive. And don't let anyone else try to productize that or commoditize that or sell that back to you. Baby, it's free. Like, we're here, we're live. The oxygen is free, okay? Your good vibes, they get to be free, okay? I come across hundreds of people every week. Not by choice necessarily, but I do. I come across hundreds of people every week. And immediately I can sense who is tapped into their joy. And it has nothing to do with how rich they are. Believe me, I've seen plenty of people who are like driving their BMWs, living in these mansions, no joy emanating from them, none. And then I just see like a freaking teenager or some chill ass dude on the street and they're just radiating joy. And I'm like, thank you, people. Like, I hope that by the end of the video, if anything, you'll at least just really be awakened and reminded of the true value of your own joy. And once you can completely detach your true joy from anything else in the external world or anything else that people might think or want or say or speak, completely detach, then you can tap into the true value of your joy. And in the rest of the video, we're gonna kind of ground it down a little bit and talk about what exactly that means, what that looks like, and how the practice of joy is life-changing and simple and free. And truly the pinnacle of human experience, I would say. But unfortunately, we live in a demanding society. It's pretty hard or impractical to constantly be in that state. But again, everything in life is a balance. I think awareness already, we're talking about this right now. Hopefully there's some level of awareness that you're being reminded of around your own joy. Just that awareness is enough. So if you've stuck around watching this video, thank you. I'm about to go a little deeper, but again, like the foundational stuff I already tried to put in the front of the video because I know some people have short attention spans and whatever, but if this topic is truly important and resonates with you, then let me just bring it a few levels deeper. And I apologize if this is triggering because this is quite deep, but it's okay because you know what, humans being alive, it's not the easiest journey at times. So it's just real talk right now, okay? I love my grandmother so much. Is she going to be around forever? No. I mean, in some ways in my heart, yes. But not even on such a deep, dramatic level, but good times don't always last forever. Sometimes there's moments in our past that we miss so much, we'll never get those times back. And sometimes we meet people and we have a period of our lives that intersect with them, and then it ends, and that's life. How could you love something so much and also realize that nothing lasts forever? To combat all of the despair and the inherent suffering of being human, joy. Keep coming back to your joy. This is another thing that it took me quite a while to learn in life, but I used to think that grief was just grief and there was never joy in this. And I mean, people who have been through a hard death of a loved one or a very painful breakup definitely will understand this, but there can be moments of joy in your deepest grief. And that's the beautiful thing about joy is that it's just such a good energy. It keeps inserting itself when no one asks, and when you feel like giving up, joy is there and it's free. Like, do you really see the worth of joy now? And if you watch till now, hallelujah, thank you so much. Like, joy is our antidote. I know we covered a whole gamut here. I've just let my ideas flow for this one. But yeah, if you have questions, just DM me. Like, a lot of the very precious, valuable things in life are nuanced and subtle, like forms of art. You won't get it right the first time around. It's really like putting in reps at the gym or the pursuit of mastery or excellence in any field of your calling. You don't just get there, right? I mean, with joy, you can actually get there. Like, think about your childhood state, how quickly you could access your state of joy. So joy is a little bit different. You don't need to put in 10,000 hours to like get in the flow state of joy. But I'm just saying this because I don't want you to get discouraged if you're not 24/7 feeling joyful. I'm not asking you to feel joyful 24/7. All I'm asking is that you truly have the awareness of the power and the value of joy in your life. Not only as And I don't even want to say this because, again, that's like productizing joy. Not only as joy as a vessel to help you self-actualize in the material world, but joy as the truest antidote and buffer to any hardship or suffering that might come your way in this life. Because we all face that, okay? Money doesn't prevent us from it. Status doesn't prevent it from Status doesn't prevent it from us from it. And love, the most beautiful, pure thing, love, can't even prevent us from the hardships and sufferings of life. Okay, come on. So how peacefully, consistently can you stay in your joy, regardless of what's happening around you? Sometimes it takes a lifetime for some people to get here because their souls are very hungry. Sometimes it takes many years, or you might just watch this video and get it right away. But regardless of the journey there, it's a worthwhile path. The last thing to actually make this concrete, because I know I've still been going off on more abstract things, but you're like, Allie, okay, I get it. I want it. I want the joy. I want to feel it right now. I know it is the most powerful antidote to suffering, to the suffering that I face now, to the suffering that an older, deeper, wiser, more actualized version of me is still going to face. Suffering. I know the worth of joy now. How do I get there? Okay. I think about joy like the way I think about boundaries. You get to decide. Yay, you literally get to decide. What do you like? You get to decide. What do you want to do right now? You get to decide. What feels like good energy to you? What feels like bad energy to you? All of that you get to decide. Joy is like boundaries. You get to decide. And again, I think the truest like non-productized or commoditized form of joy is the presentness. It's the presentness. And that's why like a lot of people love meditating. I meditate, but I'm not like, I didn't make this video to tell you to go meditate, but I'm just saying like, that's why people praise meditation so much, because it forces you to be in the consciousness. It like creates this structure for you to be in your consciousness. But you know what? You can achieve meditation state 24/7. You don't have to like sit there and do nothing or listen to a video or podcast to meditate. You can be in a meditative state in your entire waking life. Some people even access it in their dream life. What brings you joy? For me, quiet mornings bring me joy. When nothing is awake, I'm there. It used to be with a cup of coffee, but unfortunately I'm quitting coffee, so it is there no more. But that's okay. I can still be joyful and experience the beauty of a quiet morning. That brings me joy. That's joy that's free, that I can access every single freaking day. I only have to wait 12 hours for that to reset. It's a miracle. I like to study Japanese in my free time. Is there a reason? Just literally because it brings me joy. I don't feel a need to explain it to anyone. It makes me feel happy. There's a connection to Japan that I feel deep in my soul. And through some free form, like studying the language, it makes me happy. I don't even have to go to Japan for that. I did go to Japan for 3 months, completely isolated myself, and that also brought me joy for some weird reason. I felt like a little hamster. For me, sometimes like certain foods or beverages bring me a lot of joy. Historically, it was coffee. Again, it is no longer coffee. Method is not as important as your continual reminder of the worth of your own joy. Purely for yourself, purely for your experience of being alive right now, your experience of the miracle. That is joy. That is joy. That is joy. True essence of joy is accessible to all. And again, joy is like boundaries. You get to decide. You get to decide. No one else can write you a perfect rule book of your own boundaries. No one else can paint a perfect picture of your own joy for you. You get to decide. If you watched all the way to the end of this video, we kind of went through a lot in this video, but just being a really deep thinker and a deep feeler myself, this is just the conclusion that I've come to about joy. And I really want to just talk about my experience of joy more and talk about joy in ways that are separate from material identity, aspirations. I'm a dreamer still at the end of the day, but that is completely detached and independent from my awareness of joy. And also, I don't have it perfect all the time. I don't have it perfect all the time. So I want to hear about more people's experiences with joy. And I want to be surrounded by joyful people so that we can continually support each other and like just remind ourselves of this abundant truth of joy. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.